This is the WJTS News. In the news tonight, report of rape in Lagodi, arrest made at Jasper Walmart, relay for life. Kurt Guksa will be in with sports, and our WJTS Informed segment continues. All to come on WJTS TV News. Good evening, I'm Jenna Schaffer with the news. On May 28th, the Indiana State Police were called to assist the Lagodi Police Department with the report of a rape. Indiana State Police Trooper Detective Shane Staggs responded and gathered information from the Lagodi officer and then began his investigation. During the course of his investigation, it was discovered that Dakota Lee Browning, 26 of Jasper, had met the juvenile victim at a graduation party. Upon leaving the party, he had went to a residence in Lagodi with the victim. In the early morning hours of May 26th, it is alleged that Browning went into the bedroom the victim was sleeping in and had sexual intercourse with the victim against her will. Detective Staggs was able to gather enough probable cause for the Martin Circuit Court to issue arrest warrants for Browning for rape, a level 3 felony, and for child molestation, a level 1 felony. Yesterday at approximately 1:30 p.m., members of the U.S. Marshals and Indiana State Police located Browning at 1300 Dewey Street in Jasper. After entering the residence and giving commands, Browning failed to comply. The Indiana State Police then deployed a canine and was able to take Browning into custody. Browning was subsequently taken to Jasper Memorial Hospital for treatment of wounds that he suffered during the canine deployment. Once he was released from the hospital, he was transported to the Martin County Jail without any further incident. Last night at around 11:30 p.m., officers with the Jasper Police Department were dispatched to Walmart in reference to a subject threatening to shoot another subject. Officers arrived on scene and detained 19-year-old Colin R. Thomas of Tazewell. After further investigation, officers found that Colin had stolen $100 from a subject and threatened to shoot them. Colin was agitated after being detained and became disorderly, yelling obscenities at officers. Colin was then transported to the DuBois County Security Center and was charged with disorderly conduct, intimidation, and theft. JPD was assisted by the DuBois County Sheriff's Department. United States Attorney Josh J. Minkler announced today that 65-year-old Mark A. Schmidt of Jasper has been charged with theft concerning programs receiving federal funds. As set forth in the information and plea agreement filed on May 31st, Schmidt was an assistant director and accountant for Attic Incorporated, a nonprofit organization located in Knox County. It received federal funds for its programs that assist disabled individuals in the community. During his tenure from May 1st, 2018 to October 31st, 2018, Schmidt transferred approximately $98,000 from the nonprofit to a personal account he controlled and used for his own benefit. Minkler stated that violating the public trust will not go unpunished and intentionally securing public funds for personal gain is unacceptable. This charge should serve as an example of the fate individuals who commit these crimes can expect. The investigation was conducted by the Evansville office of the FBI. According to Assistant United States Attorney Todd S. Schellenbarger, who is prosecuting the case for the government, the defendant faces a possible sentence of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. And information is only a charge and is not evidence of guilt. A defendant is presumed innocent and is entitled to a fair trial, in which the government must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. In October 2017, United States Attorney Josh J. Minkler announced a strategic plan designed to shape and strengthen the district's response to its most significant public safety challenges. This prosecution demonstrates the office's enduring commitment to investigating. The Sisters of St. Benedict of Ferdinand, Indiana, announced the election of Sister Anita Louise Lowe as their 14th prioress on June 4th. The prioress is the religious community's spiritual leader, chief administrator, and an official representative to the church and civic community. The election of the prioress came at the end of a discernment process that began last summer, which has included general direction set by the community. The discernment process involves prayerful sharing and listening and openness to the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Sister Anita Louise will begin a 6-year term of office with a formal installation ceremony at Monastery Immaculate Conception on Saturday, July 13th. She succeeds Sister Barbara Lynn Schmitz, who has served as prioress since 2013. A native of Louisville, Kentucky, 54-year-old Sister Anita Louise Lowe entered the monastery in 1987 from St. Louis Parish. She made her first profession of vows in 1989 and her perpetual profession in 1995. She has been the director of liturgy in Ferdinand, Indiana for the past 11 years. Previously, she was an English and French teacher, assistant director of communications, public relations manager, assistant director of vocations, and a director of vocations. Sister Anita Louise is a graduate of Brescia College in Owensboro, Kentucky. She earned a bachelor's degree in English, French minor with a secondary education certificate before going on to receive an MA in theology with a concentration in liturgical studies from the University of Notre Dame. The Sisters of St. Benedict of Ferdinand are 138 religious women who minister in schools, parishes, church institutions, healthcare facilities, retreat centers, and social service agencies in Indiana, Kentucky, and Peru. The Sisters of St. Benedict of Ferdinand was founded back in 1867. Major renovations are officially underway at the Old Town Lake in Jasper. Town leaders and members of the community gathered yesterday at the lake for the groundbreaking ceremony. Dolores Baglin, a member of the park board since 2005, says the project has been on the town's to-do list for several years, since 2005 to be exact. Baglin says so far the community has been pretty supportive of the project, with the exception of the lake level.
I have not heard one negative thing from the community. Everyone's really anxious for us to get started. The only negative thing is they wish we'd fill the lake, but that's going to have to wait a little bit. But otherwise, we're all just ecstatic.
According to Baglin, the project is expected to be finished by December at the latest.
This project, which is going to be the trail and the parking lot, will be finished by the end of December. And Cyphers just said probably in November, but for sure be able to walk on it in December. But then after that is we want to do some fundraising. We want to have a fishing pier. We want to redo this shelter house, which is really a gem for us. This original pump house, going to make a shelter house out of it. Putting up restrooms and planting trees, putting up lighting and that kind of, it's going to be an ongoing project, but it's going to be, I think, and we want to put a new entrance in, and so I think after it gets started, the community is going to really be excited about it. My vision of this park is that it's kind of going to be more of a serene setting, you know, where you can come and relax a little bit, you know, can walk, fish, just sit here and look at the beauty, because it's really going to be a beautiful setting.
We will have updates on the project for you as information becomes available. After a great turnout at AEP Honey Creek Farms this past weekend in Rockport, the Spencer County Relay for Life raised $40,000 for the event. The Spencer County Relay for Life has been an annual event for the county for over 17 years, raising money for cancer research through the help of the American Cancer Society. Relay for Life represents the hope that those lost to cancer will never be forgotten, that those who face cancer will be supported, and that one day cancer will be eliminated. To learn more about Relay for Life, head to relayforlife.org. Since summer is here, that means it's fair season. The Spencer County Fair starts today. The fair will take place at Rockport City Park and will have activities including pageants, carnival rides, demolition derbies, the Mega Zip Line, and MPRE. Admission is $5 for adults and $3 per student. The Spencer County Fair will be held on the following dates: tomorrow, June 6th from 4 to 6 p.m., Friday, June 7th from 3 to 7 p.m., and Saturday, June 8th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you want more information, please visit spencer-county-fair-indiana.com. Tickets for the 38th annual WBDC Country Showdown are still on sale. The Showdown, which is held at the Jasper Arts Center, is tomorrow, Thursday, June 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 12 acts from across the region are performing tomorrow, with a few returning and several are making their Showdown debut. Radio station WBDC is hosting the event, and local artists have the chance to win over $1,000 in cash and prizes. Tickets are $8 at the door or $5 in advance. Limited seating is available. The Jasper Arts Center is providing the backdrop for tomorrow's showdown. The band Haywire is returning to not only just entertain the crowd, but will also be backing all of the performers. Performers have the chance to be named the best new act in 101 country. Winners are competing for the $1,000 cash prize for first place, $250 for second, and third place of $100. Stay tuned. Weather, sports, and WJTS Inform are coming up next on 18 WJTS. Local people watching local people.